And Thomas Pot is first. Give me 1 second, Thomas. Yes, Thomas Potts is first. You beat Mr. Miles. And
This is
we have Matt. And
best live stream ever. There's 3 people here and we have no audience. The best. Right. We're kind of like
and Yosef
Skyping
is
each
here.
other. Yeah.
Oh, Yosef? Get Yosef in if he wants to talk.
Yosef, do you want in?
Sometimes he can't, but he's always good to talk to.
I mean, I actually kind of prefer to keep it to like 3 to 4 people. That way we're not over talking each other.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
It's too
either.
heavy.
we'll get one other person here.
Yeah, I might swipe
Yeah.
out because I'm going to be getting to my house soon, and I'm just going to be. I'll probably just swap to my computer.
I understand if Commander Cocking shows up, I'm bummed. I get it. I heard you.
Commander Kai, if he ever shows up, he's not on our time zone, so
That's why I said him.
So Matt, I think I'm getting a little bit of an echo feedback from you.
Let me just let's refresh my.
Famous last words.
Oh, no, I still kind of hear it, so I think it's coming from you, Instant Ricky.
It might be because I'm driving.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'll be at my house here in about 15 minutes. I live. I don't think I'm getting off of work, but I live like 45 minutes away from work.
And Yosef doesn't have time; he's at work. I know that feeling, man.
Odds Backens.
Didn't I see you people somewhere else? This is Thomas Potts. Okay, we got JP's.
Hey,
JP's.
What's up?
So greetings. So what I like to do on my channel is I want each person to introduce themselves. What is your channel? What kind of content do you make? If you don't make a lot, what would you like to make if you had the time? So I think we'll start with, well, I lost Matt. So we'll start with Ensign Ricky.
Ensign Ricky. My channel is YouTube Ensign Ricky, and I do Star Trek reviews, in-depth episode reviews, like really critical in-depth episodes. I'm not usually that 10-minute YouTube guy, so my videos tend to be very long. But
we're talking 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
I have some that are up there for 2 hours, dude. Like literally 2 hours, an hour, 45 minutes. I think my shortest video is probably about 35 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, I really dig into the episode. I dig into everything. I dig into all the technobabble. I hunt down everything for reference.
Well, that sounds great if someone's like stuck at work or something and they can listen to something but not really watch it.
Yeah, I mean, because I break down all the memory alpha effects and I have everything, the technobabble, memory alpha effects, and I break it down and reference the clips, go and actually find the clips and reference them while I'm, on the screen while I'm blurring them out. But so I mean, it's interesting. Other than that, like I think the only other thing I really delved into was The Expanse, but mostly just Trek. And then I also do have videos on Anti-Trekker's channel as well with the Anti-Trekker crew. So, but yeah, that's pretty much me. I play music. I play multiple instruments. I'm a gamer. Single parent.
So, Matt, you keep kind of like hopping in, hopping out.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still learning how to use this. I'm logged in through. I just downloaded Chrome to get on all this stuff for my computer, and then I hit the wrong thing because I was trying to check out the live chat, and apparently I can't check out the live chat or type in the live chat unless I'm logged in through something. So it was a mistake. So I'm back. I'm not going anywhere unless you kick me off. So
yeah, I always try to have the YouTube chat tab open and StreamYards so I can.
Yeah.
I'll figure this out later. Better when I get home and I'm actually at my PC.
Yeah. I can read the live chat, but I can't type in it. Go on.
So, Mr. Matt Deckard, tell us about yourself, your channel. What kind of content do you make? If you don't make a lot, what do you wish you could make more of?
Well, I guess it was a couple years ago. I wanted to do. I've done some videos back in the day about menswear, clothing, hats, suits. I designed suits, and I was living in Texas for about 5 years, designing all of Stetson's dress hats. If you've ever heard of Stetson hats.
I think I
Yep.
have, but I'm a little bit familiar with the industry because my
Yeah.
girlfriend is going to school for it. So
Okay, yeah, Stetson hats used to be like Crest toothpaste. If you're under 40 years old now, you wouldn't know what it is. But if you're over 40, you'd think of it like Crest toothpaste or Shell gasoline. It
Or
just
Levi's
was,
jeans.
yeah,
Yeah.
Levi's. It was like Levi's, but they kind of ruined their name. And I went back for a few years and revamped the whole lineup and designed a 150th anniversary line of their hats. But before then, I was doing a lot of set dressing out here in Hollywood and just doing costuming. So just costumer, set dresser, but have done stuff for shoe companies like Allen Edmonds. I design clothes. I do odd reviews, like, you know, when companies come out with a good copy of a vintage baseball cap like this, just videos that are random about clothing. But I have done a few Star Trek ones. I was at Los Angeles convention when I was talking to the guy from Anovos, and he knew me, and he leaked out that they redesigned the Enterprise before anybody knew, and I posted that on Twitter.
Oops.
And next thing you know, everybody told me was going crazy with it, and CBS messaged me saying, "Take it down, take it down." So it freaked me out. But I know the guys from Trek Yards. I know Captain Foley pretty well. We want to do a live stream on Sherlock Holmes, but just been around a lot but mainly about clothing and costuming. But I've loved, and I'm just a sci-fi fan across the board. And really, it's hard to find people who know as much as we do. So we gravitate together, and I want to do more videos. If I do them, I look out there and see all these people doing videos about these shows. Like, this is what happened on the last episode of Picard. But what I think I should do is a video on, here's what these 5 people said, and here's my take on what their takes are. A review show for review shows.
I'm actually doing a video of that right now.
That would be sweet. I haven't seen that yet. So
Yeah, I'm still working it. I'm working on 2 videos right now. One's about the admirals.
yeah, the admirals on the shows.
Did we lose him?
I don't know.
Booster Gain. Who's taking Genesis?
So I would say JP's. It's your turn. Please introduce yourself.
Hi,
Anything-
my name's JP's. I'm an alcoholic. Oh, wrong meeting. Sorry.
Hey JPs, how you doing? My name's Matt Deckard. I'm a writer for the Chap magazine. Look it up.
Matt, I'm gonna quickly say something. Just don't get offended. It's looks like
Is it about my look?
Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters.
You know, I like that. I need to run a little bit more. I'm getting to be older Dan Aykroyd now.
So no problem with that.
Yeah, or Dan Aykroyd from Temple of Doom.
Wait a second.
What?
Oh, he's the one who gives. He's the one who says, "I got your flight ready," and he's putting them on the plane. He's wearing like a linen safari jacket while he's talking to Harrison Ford and the lady right before they get on Lao Che's plane.
Okay.
So he does a cameo.
Yeah, a small part. Probably why I don't remember it, but
Well, it's Dan Aykroyd.
yeah. You threw me for a loop there.
Okay.
So, like much of us here, am a Star Trek fan. I am not hardcore like most of you guys.
You admit that?
Oh, hell yeah. I also dabble very much in. I played hockey for 20 plus years growing up.
Mhm.
Of course, I'm Canadian. I'm in Canuckistan.
Hoser.
Yeah. And build computers, repair computers for the past 20 plus years. Gamer. Also like racing, like circle track racing, drag racing, anything that goes fast. Anything military stuff. Currently playing World of Tanks, World of Thunder, War Thunder, World of Warships, games like that. Also, you got time, I will dabble into Guild Wars 1 and 2, so RPGs. And I played through the Witcher series. I've been trying to get content going on my channel, but I just sit there and spin my wheels. So,
what content have you what have you done that you like content wise?
Previously, I only did like a couple of videos of playing the game, Guild Wars 2, but that was just like test stuff. There was a time when I had a video up where we were out doing 4x4ing in like minus 30 weather. So I had to take that down because of the music we had playing.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
It's always this licensing stuff. I remember when I had a MySpace page and I could just put whatever music I wanted as my background. It would just be like, that was kind of my mood for the day.
Never got into MySpace.
V-Man just showed up.
How do you do?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Welcome back. Or welcome here.
I had to find you because I couldn't find the link. So
it's complicated setup, this whole like live video to the crowds thing.
I feel like the smartest man alive.
It's ridiculous.
You figured it out, so you couldn't have done that bad.
JP's was just telling us all about his background and what he's been. He does some content on various things when it comes to. Well, he's in Canada. He's played hockey, and he's not a hoser. But are you a hoser? Anyway, go.
I don't know. Define hoser. Okay.
I don't know. I'm American. I lived up there for a while though.
Well, I suppose now it's V-Man's turn. I was giving everyone a chance to introduce themselves. What is their channel? What kind of content do they make? Or what do you wish you could make?
Well, I'm I sort of make fan films. I just kind of let people walk into frame, talk, wear Star Trek outfits, and tell a story. So, yeah, we make fan films.
Captain.
Right. Yeah, we make fan films and tell some stories. A lot of the stories are inspired from my own life. They're just basic stories that are kind of with a Star Trek wrapper. So a lot of people kind of give criticisms for them not being very Star Trek-esque, and I can't really say that I blame them. But if you do go to my channel, which is No Budget Productions, click on the playlist called Constar Chronicles. There's about 52 of those films, and I think if you watch them from beginning to end, you'll find a lot of them are just good characters. I don't know, they're a lot of fun, and I think I've shown that anyone can make a fan film, especially with cell phone, and anyone can write a script. You just got to have a little bit of passion. I kind of shown anyone can do what I do, so that's kind of what I do. So yeah, that's it.
Vince, I was going to say I think it'd be really fun if me and maybe two others went to one of the locations that they've used for filming for Star Trek, be it like Picard's Vineyards or the Vecchaz Rocks or something like that that's out here in LA County. If you needed, a scene of characters at one of those locations, I think it'd be fun.
Oh, dude, I would love that. That would be awesome.
I don't know how many of us. I mean, I've got some friends that do it, but I don't know how many of us from the YouTube community live out here in this LA area.
Well, Matt, you'd mentioned that you didn't know I was living out here. I don't know if I was in Dallas for 5 years, but I'm not a big convention goer. My girlfriend actually photographed the Los Angeles convention that happened a couple years ago, and I've been to Comic-Con. I was on a panel for Comic-Con in 2019 because I designed the hat for Agent Carter and just did some of the hats for that show and several other shows. But you probably haven't seen me because I'm not online in the right circles. I haven't been on the sci-fi stuff, but I know a lot about sci-fi.
Yeah.
Chris didn't have a downtime sheet for Grindr 3 because that was all downtime for Batch.
Okay.
He just went over there and ground some shit and that was it.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
So V-Man's a gold miner apparently. So you're in LA, V-Man?
No, I'm in Kansas.
Oh, same thing.
Right next to each other. Right.
Yeah. But Wesley, where are you near? I'm literally right by UCLA.
I'm a little bit east of there, the edge of LA County.
Okay.
Oh,
You
so
should
you
do
got
like a group meet at like the Scum and Villainy out here. They have a Star Wars bar in
Yeah,
downtown
yeah,
LA, guys.
it's fun, but man, of the drinks, the prices add up.
I want
Fine.
to go there and see the Kevin Smith show.
It's worth going there to say we went there and then going somewhere else.
Because like last time I went, my girlfriend, one of her friends, was having his birthday there,
Mhm.
and so we went. It was, we're having drinks, and before I knew it, like the bill was $100, and I was like,
Ugh.
it wasn't even that many drinks. I was like, okay, I'm slightly buzzed.
LAX has a Denny's with a bar. We could do that. But yeah, I actually realistically, Scum and Villainy, you go there and it's not like you'd think of a Star Wars bar. It's too loud when it's empty, and it's just too cumbersome to hang out in. And it's a gimmick bar, and it's not meant for somebody who like me wants to hang out and just continue to drink all night.
Well,
Yeah.
the Scum and Villainy bar every week does Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard, and they do their podcast from there.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. They do it behind the bar, so they probably clear a lot out. And they have karaoke there some nights too, I've seen. But I should check out Kevin Smith. I really haven't been a fan of Kevin Smith since his review of Last Jedi.
One where he broke down crying.
Yeah, the one where it's like it's the best movie he's ever seen, and
Yeah.
it just brings everything. It's amazing, and I'm just thinking,
Kevin's
oh my god.
Kevin Smith. I love Kevin Smith on like most of on like most reviews, but like he always seems to break down a lot.
Well, ever since he lost his weight and he's had his heart attack. Yeah, he's got like a big emo dude now, or not big anymore, but little guy, and he just cries a lot now. He's even admitted to it.
Well, it just feels like since he sold himself to the mouse. I just feel like it's like very much like he's part of North Korea now, where he's got to speak nicely of them or else. Like it was amazing. I loved it. You got to see it. Because before then, I as far as I've seen, he was always very honest and straightforward, and he'd shit on things left and right because he just thought, it's the worst thing I'd seen. Now he doesn't have any what do you call it? He doesn't have any negative things to say about anything, and if he does, he takes it back immediately by saying, but in the overarching version of it. So he's just fake now to me.
Well, when he was doing Hollywood Babylon, like a couple of years back with who was his co-host on that? Shoot, I forget what the guy's name is.
Find out 1 second.
Because I loved his co-host with that. Because he was, I think his name started with an R. No, I forget, but they had such great chemistry because it was always like Kevin was more of the lighthearted, and that guy was more of the like, no, this sucks, this sucks balls, like it's just terrible,
Right.
But so they made a great, yes, exactly. And then I know when he did Fat Man on Batman, it was like it was good. But yeah, you're right. It's just more now. It's just like everything's like peachy keen and hunky dory, and it's like, whoa, this is not.
I don't care for that. And if you're not going to give me some, I could love a series that I might not like because it's nuanced and has bad things that I want to see bad too. I want to see the bad to find out why it's bad. But if it's all hunky dory and blah, and I watched it and I hated it, and you're telling me it was fantastic, then I don't like you.
You're just not giving us an honest critique of it.
Yeah. It's like when I was talking with my boss tonight. We were talking about Star Trek Picard, and like last week, I'll admit, like the Icheb scene really bothered me when they pulled out the eye. I did not like that, and I was talking with him, and I think I was being a little over dramatic because I was like, I don't expect Saw in my Star Trek,
and not at the opening either, especially like open that.
Well, I felt like that episode. I felt like that was sandwiched. The ending was really dark, and the beginning was really dark, and in between was this. But like in between was this like a piece of the action type, lighthearted, and I was like, this just doesn't fit. So that really put me in a really bad mindset of what the hell is this? But with this week's episode, I was like, this is really good. This is Star Trek. So like we were discussing that, and it, I was like, with the moment Hugh sees Picard, spoilers for anyone, I don't think that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But I was like, the moment between those two, I was like, that's really touching to me. And I was like, it kind of counteracted everything that happened last week. And that's the way I feel like a fan should.
It's like it's just totally different mood. It's like, did I open a different book, or is this? It's not a different between chapters. It's different between like, this is another story.
Right. It was a complete shift. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I feel like any fan, like if you're a real fan, like you should look at you should take both the good and the bad, and you should be able to identify as such. And I feel like with Kevin Smith, as much as I love the dude, I feel like he has kind of sold out with, dude, not everything is great. And although I feel like these days it is a great time to be alive, because it's like, dude, who would have thought we would have got Infinity War and Thanos and all these movies? Who would have thunk back in the day? You can't look at everything and say it's all great, because it most certainly is not.
And by the way, Sci-Fi Nation, I can't type back, but I hope you're doing well, and I loved your streaming. But just wanted to say I hope you're doing okay. And it is late.
He said he's getting tired.
But yeah, with Kevin Smith, I know. I just after I haven't watched a lot of his stuff until I saw that review after Last Jedi, and I thought, what the hell are you talking about? How are you so? You could see he didn't like it, and you're lying through your teeth. And I've never. That's the epitome of lying through your teeth. If you watch that review, he's completely just doesn't believe a word he's saying, and he's just trying to get through it.
That's kind of like Mark Hamill's facial expressions when Last Jedi was coming out.
When you're not
anything.
Yeah, when you're not reviewing it, but you're just telling what happened, like he just reiterated the story, but he wasn't like, here's what I didn't like and liked about it. He's like, and then this happened, and this happened. He didn't really he didn't review. He just told the story, and just like, I don't need a recap. It was terrible. So, but yeah, you're very prolific in what you just said about it. It was just completely tone difference, night and day.
Well, like I prefer Kevin Smith when he did like that, an evening with Kevin Smith, like when he was just, telling stories and you're like, this is a dude I can relate. I feel like I can't relate to the dude anymore, because it's like, I don't know where you're coming from, and I don't feel like you're being completely honest. And I feel like that's kind of where YouTube is kind of succeeding, because it's like you can kind of look at some of the stuff and be like, I feel like I can relate to most of these people now, because I don't know where I don't know where you're at anymore,
So JP's and guys, did you all see Picard the last episode?
Yep.
Okay.
I saw the first two, and I don't have my subscription anymore to CBS. I'm gonna wait for all of them to come out, and then get 1 month, binge watch them, and then cancel again.
So you're worried about spoilers if we talk about it?
No, I don't care. It's how do you spoil Rotten Tomato?
Wow.
Come on, Wesley. It's not.
I'm still V-Man. I'm still completely.
I'm not hating on the show, and I'm not praising the show. I'm like that neutral. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm gonna wait. Audience. Yeah. So,
tonally, it's just like you said. It's like started out. Is it about Picard? He's got these two live-in lovers, I guess, that are Romulan. I don't know who they are or what they're doing there. One of them's Irish. Maybe that's his fantasy voice he puts on her with the translator. I don't know. But when it comes
that's an interesting theory.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want her to sound like? Irish mom. Just turns me on. Go wash your hands. Yeah, I think that's it. But when it comes to the last few episodes, like you just got this, what do you call it, elf ninja that's joined up with Picard. And why would you give him a costume that looks like some, ninja robe type thing with the hair that looks exactly like elves from Lord of the Rings. That's not an accident. And he's bloodthirsty, completely bloodthirsty. Like, I'm here to kill people. It just doesn't ring with Trek, and it doesn't fit in the show. To me.
But he's got a cool line. Choose to live. Come on.
Oh yes,
Come
I have
with me, I wanna live.
spoken. That's so. Yes, it's so prominent. Choose to live. Who are you? Oh, you chose unwisely. Whoop. They don't get to respond. He just kills them. That's blood. That's bloodlust.
What are you talking about? We must be watching two different shows. What are you talking about?
Did that guy get to respond? He wasn't even facing each or whatnot. Facing the Romulan assassin before he chopped his head off.
No, here's the thing. I like it. It's not a bad show. The thing about it, like I like Hugh. Like Hugh was great.
Hugh was great. Yes.
I don't like. I as much as I like Hugh, I don't like Seven because I feel like she was kind of a Sarah Connor knockoff. And that's what I think. That's what I think is so odd about the show.
Leave JP's avatar out of this.
Is it? Oh my god, it is. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize. My bad, dude. Like I feel like with as much as I like about the show, I feel like there's just as much I dislike. Like I loved those two Romulans in the beginning, in the first couple episodes. I love them. But I don't like the. I don't like the Romulan sister. I don't like the world that they've established. I do like the kind of shady Starfleet thing. I do like how fake Starfleet feels. It's just there's it's 50-50. But again, they've set up the world, and that's what they're still doing. But we're still like halfway in the middle of the season, so it's like I can't judge the whole thing until we see the final episode, and then we can look back at everything and say, was it worth this journey? And that's the same thing about. We can't judge it until we're done with everything. Because again, if this was an hour episode, we're only like maybe a half hour into the episode. Right. So it's one of those things where we really have to wait and see, did the writers give us something that was worth coming back for? And, do I feel that the characters are interesting enough to watch? I feel like Picard was more interesting when we were on the planet. And I feel like that's Picard. I don't feel like Picard's really Picard on the ship.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He just feels too weak. He just feels like he's not only he didn't have the wind knocked out of him. He didn't have any wind. When he's on the ship, just like he's just weak.
He's just there. Yeah, he's just there.
Does he sound like he does in the first two episodes, where it sounds like he can barely even talk?
Rafi.
To me, I kind of miss Picard from All Good Things when he was going crazy, seeing those Q hallucinations. Like I kind of wish, give us those. That
would have been an awesome show. Just
dude, right? Seeing him hallucinate in the vineyard, like I want that Picard. It's not bad. Again, we have to see what the writers have in store, and. Again, like for all the things that I thought were good, I think they have a lot of bad. But again, it's kind of like Harvey Dent said. It's darkest before the dawn. And that's kind of what they've set up here. So we have to sit and see. Is this worth coming back for? Yeah. I don't know yet. So
well, it says Star Trek and it's on. We're in a world where we just watch anything now. I think, but.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Hughes character, I think there's something. It's like I'm waiting for the other foot to drop because he seems far too calm and like basically like way too. It's like a ticking time bomb. I'm just waiting for something to snap, and then all of a sudden the board kicks in, And everybody that they pulled parts out of to try and reintegrate them
DJ.
turn into a new type of board.
See, I feel with Hugh, I feel like he was the most. I feel like he's been the most honest, and I feel like he's the most next gen character that we've
Yeah.
gotten. So I feel like he's been the most true
I
to the
think
character,
Hugh
even
felt
more
like
so
a
than
lieutenant.
Picard.
Yeah, very grounded, good lieutenant. He felt like a regular person from. He felt like a real. You're right, real character from back there. I don't see why he would snap. I feel
Well,
like
I
he's
think
just the most grounded.
I still see him as Borg.
He doesn't have an ulterior motive.
Yeah, like when he tells Picard when he's like, I'll do anything for you. What do you need? Like to me, I was like, that's loyalty. Like
Maybe
that's what we've
dirty
been
ulterior motives, but okay.
See, I don't like I feel like that was the most next gen thing you could do in Picard. And I felt like that's what's been missing this whole time. Instead of a vape puffing XO or a captain. Like to me it's like none of those things make I love flawed characters, but it's like they're not very interesting. And to me, like that loyalty was interesting. I'm like that's I like that. Same thing with the elf guy, that murdering Romulan that's so loyal. Like to me, it's like I like those things.
Hugh feels like the trope of the good nun. He's the good nun. He's in a monastery. He's in a monastery, and he's helping them escape, and the Nazis are after them. He has that feel, and I don't feel like he'd be hiding outside of. Spread the word, though. Tell us that we need help. Tell them that we need help once you're out.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be his downfall, though. I feel like that's what's going to get him killed. I feel like he's going to die saving Picard because it's like he's kind of that innocent, like he doesn't deserve it, but it's what's going to get him killed.
So you have some predictions.
I don't know prediction. I mean,
Let me get my pen. Wait.
I do. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's certainly not going to be 7 of 9 because I mean, she's off blasting everybody to hell. They're going to bring her back because I mean, it's 7 of 9. But with Q, yeah, it's like I would kill him because it's like that's the innocent, and that's going to be a driving force behind Picard. Yeah.
They've said this is the most expensive Star Trek series ever made. Do you think we're going to see any of that on screen?
Wait, what?
Well, yeah.
That vineyard's not going to pay for itself. That's a lot of grapes.
Did they pay for the grapes? Did they buy all the wine that day to say we can use this?
Yeah,
This show looks so cheap, Wesley. It's crazy. Even Rios's ship, it looks like is this a what do you call it? A studio apartment? There's no rooms. That's it. Where are these people sleeping? There's no quarters.
Yeah, I've heard about it's just like one big long hallway.
Right, and the other set on the ship is Picard's house again.
It's a hollow suite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why does he have a hollow suite of his vineyard? Like what?
Which he said he can't. This is not where I should be. I feel like you belong in space. Is what the
So that's where you're wrong. They actually made 2 vineyard houses. One is just an exact replica of the first one. So you're wrong.
The sound studio in Hollywood looks exactly like the. Yeah.
See, exactly. You got it mixed up there, Matt.
Yeah, I'm mad, but yes, that's the budget. The budget went into we built 2.
No, the whole budget probably went into getting Patrick Stewart to come back.
Yeah.
And you might like this, Veman. I was on a show on Universal Studios called The Home and Family for Hallmark Channel, and doing set dressing. That there was a house that they built for the show in the 90s. The show was canceled. They restarted the show in 2012 or so. The neighbors to Universal Studios didn't like the noise. They rebuilt the exact same house down the hill. The whole house. It's like one of those 4-hour in-house programs. So you could drive up and they got 2 of the exact same buildings on Universal's lot just because of that. So it's not unheard of that they build the exact same set just because let's move it. Instead of moving it, they rebuild it.
Yeah.
Budget.
You said you did work for Hallmark Channel?
Yeah, it was a show called Home and Family. I think it's still on. and I did set dressing on the show it was before I worked for Stetson Hats, designing their
Oh,
stuff.
it's just that Hallmark Channel does a bunch of filming up here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I still find it crazy that the people that live near Universal complain about the noise of them filming. It's like when you're buying the property, you would know what you're next to.
Yeah.
Notify you.
So if you buy a house next to a train track, are you going to complain that the train makes
Complain
noise?
about train? Yeah.
Yeah, the building.
It's like you buy a house in the flight
flight path of like
Flight
a
path
large
of the
airport. Are you going to
Yeah,
complain?
the runway is like 500 feet away, and you're wondering why is it so loud?
I would say the same for the Universal. It's like if you buy property near it, I mean that's expensive property.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, I would just sell the property to them. It's like you guys are too freaking loud. Buy my house from me so I can move.
Yeah. So what do you think about Picard? I do. It's interesting how they make him feel like Picard is like, oh, it's just yesterday I was a Borg, when it's been 30 years, and when they did, I don't know, it just feels like he should be kind of
And he was
worked
only a
through it
Borg.
already.
He was only a Borg for like a week.
No, it was like about 40 minutes of the episode. Take the commercial.
Yeah, 40 minutes of an episode.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to think of in universe time. How long was he a Borg?
Probably a week.
Well, like the thing about it is like it's not consistent. Like they had him deal, like they had him slightly discuss it in iBorg, but it wasn't really in any of there was no ramifications of the Locutus issue in iBorg. Then in Descent Part 1 and 2, there really was none of the ramifications of the Locutus issue.
Right. He didn't bring it up again. It wasn't a big deal. It was just, it happened to me. It's not in me anymore.
Right.
And literally,
And
it's like he's not holding on to any parts from it. It's psychological, but there's no physical pieces inside of him. So go ahead. It just seems like they create a bigger weight than it should be.
In First Contact, he was a loose cannon, and that was my biggest thing with First Contact. Is like he's a loose cannon. It's the Moby Dick analogy, and that I didn't like. I was like, this doesn't feel like Captain Picard to me, and it was the action hero type analogy, and I didn't like that. I didn't really like the movie Captain Picard because it didn't feel like Captain Picard to me. But I was like, whatever. I like the uniforms. I like the Borg. Like I'll overlook the fact that this is an action hero. It's not Picard. Like whatever. So like to me, this felt like an actual continuation of what we should have. But to me, this breaks too much continuity with what we've established in the shows, because you've had several stories with the Borg.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is a true continuation. We should have this. This is what should have happened, because you haven't touched upon this in anything else. To then return to this, it just felt like a fish out of water, So what's up with that? Like, explain why. Be like, I've tried to ignore this, I haven't been able to, and this really still bothers me. Like, just a line like that goes so far, and be like, oh, okay, it's explained, good deal. But it's not really touched upon. But to act like this has still bothered you, you haven't. They didn't really do that.
Yeah, you're not really. It didn't take you out of Starfleet, or didn't change how you were as a captain. But now it's affecting you all of a sudden after 24 years. Now it's the biggest thing in your mind, even before we go to the Borg cube.
Yeah,
it's just
like I loved, like I said, I loved what they did when he was on the cube, like, and he's looking at the people, and I loved all those things. It's just like I said, this felt like a true continuation of that story, and it felt proper. But again, everything else, it's just like, what the hell, man? Really? Come on,
Yeah.
just. And I didn't like Descent Part 1 and 2, because it's like, what is that? Are they never going to answer where the hell did they get that Borg ship from? Like, are we ever going to see that ship again? Like, give me that ship, Anyway.
So DJ has a question for you, Vance.
Oh, sure.
What do the workers there think when they come in the room and hear these conversations?
I don't follow. What do you mean?
When your workers come into the room with where you are, and they
Oh,
hear
right.
they hear you talking to the computer.
Nothing, because I'm on my phone. Like this is literally my break. I don't get a break like the way they do, because they're allowed a certain break, and I don't get a break like most people do. As long as my work is done and I send my stuff off, I don't get a break like most people do. So it's just me on my breaks. So I consolidate. Like I don't get breaks. So.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So what do you do again besides right now? What is your, if I may ask?
I collect the data. So that's why I have to hop off, go grab the numbers, and then I type the numbers in, send it off, and then I make sure the numbers match up with what it's supposed to be. So
You print out what everybody is saying in the world. You take it to the mine, and they take it into the vault, and then as they're still digging more vaults, just to keep a copy of everything people are saying in the world, right?
there you go. There you go.
Recording everything we say on paper, hard
I am
copy,
big brother. There you go.
just in case a virus comes and gets us all. We have
There
a
you go.
record. Yeah.
So
So
I don't know who this is addressed to, but Sci-Fi says, "Let me say this: your story makes 0 sense." But I don't know who's addressing it to.
I thought you were going to bed, Sci-Fi.
he's been typing in the live comments.
He's
you.
sleep typing. He's asleep at his keyboard, but his hands keep moving.
Are you okay there, Sci-Fi?
And then Epic Beard says, "So Vance is NSA."
There you go. If you say so.
Yeah, is that a PewDiePie shirt you're wearing?
What,
It
me?
looks like a fist shirt.
It's Black Lantern.
See, that's different. See, when you had it close, it looked like a fist bump like that.
There you go.
So Wesley, why
Later, brother.
why Wesley Crusher, and tell us more about you.
Well, so how I got this screen name was, my name is actually Wesley, and someone kept on one of Anti-Trucker's live streams, someone kept saying, "Shut up, Wesley," every single time I would show up. And I was like, all right, look, if I'm gonna get that anyways, I might as well just go with it and be like, "Oh yeah, Wesley."
Own it. And nobody had that call sign on like YouTube.
Yeah, let me have it. So
Nicely done.
then I've even got older Will Wheaton.
Look, we're up there. We got
Yes.
9 watches now.
Woohoo!
I thought it'd be like way more of Vance on here.
No, I'll tweet it out to whoever I can.
Well,
I can.
we've been going for about 45 minutes. I was thinking about wrapping it up in a little while.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're the most important people in the world that people should be listening to.
That's right.
By the way, if you want a winning stock in this falling market because of this virus thing, you should buy Clorox bleach.
A dust mask.
We're gonna be wiping things down, and
Stock
anything
is-
having to do with Kleenex.
Dude, ain't that shit crazy? I tried to buy one of the Captain Picard jacket, and couldn't get it because it was from China. I was like,
Really?
So-
What? Because of the virus?
Yeah.
That you mentioned.
yeah,
And you just can't get things shipped. Yeah.
they said yeah, they couldn't ship it because they were like, hey, we may have to wait a couple weeks because they couldn't ship anything out because it's from China. I was like, really? Damn, that's really?
Oh no,
Yeah,
they're shutting it. It's so much is shut down right now. There's, the second in charge of their the vice president of Iran. It's the second guy in charge of their medical was there breaking out a sweat, and then now he's in the hospital. We may never see him again. But
the Pope is supposed to have a fever or something now. I heard, isn't that?
yeah, Pope had a fever. He was like hugging and kissing people, and they said he was like, "It's something. It's just nothing much. We'll see."
Yeah, it's crazy out there. So is there any hope for any of this shit, man? Or
Nope, not at all.
Well, you got Trump who's shutting things down, right? I don't know.
And then,
Where's
and then I heard like you can't download the game Plague Inc. in China anymore. That's the virus simulation game.
that would be like a bestseller right now.
Yeah,
Everybody's at home. Out of madness. Wow. I missed the big Pee Wee Herman thing that happened tonight too out here.
well, tell us the breaking news.
It's we'll get to it. But what do you do out here, Wesley? Do you get out to anything in LA, or what's fun?
What's fun?
What's fun besides us hating on what's the bar called, Scum and Villainy? Which it's not an easy place to hang out at.
Yeah, I wasn't hating on it. I mean, it was cool to go to, but it's kind of a gimmick bar, as I think you put it.
Yeah, there's a place out here where you can play There's a couple places now where you can just sit and play board games and drink.
Oh, they had that up here like years ago.
Yeah, I think we just figured it out in LA, and I do karaoke out here a lot.
So my problem with karaoke is always like the versions of the songs they have are horrible. They don't sound like the actual songs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like Korean like underground karaoke. I actually go to bars where it's like they'll have systems that have the original versions of things, not the cheesy
You like that?
versions.
Because like Scum and Villainy, they do karaoke, but their
Mhm.
karaoke machine or system, or
I'm
whatever,
Rick James, bitch.
it's got
Sorry.
Bitches bottles, ain't it, Larry?
This is the bomb.
That's what the NSA does all day.
There you go.
Keep your pimp hat strong.
Wait, is that a calculator?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I haven't
Yes,
seen one of
it
those
is.
Wow, that's old tech.
you don't have one of those bead counter calculators.
Abacus.
It's so old it looks like a 90s tricorder.
It's not making a noise. It's broken.
See, I thought Anti-Trekker was it wasn't Anti-Trekker, I'm sorry. It was Sci-Fi was tired. He was the one getting punchy. Now we're like, what are we doing?
I like Joseph's comment: how one sick bat from a farmer's market destroyed the economy.
See, that's the rumor, but the bat was 500 yards from a virus like facility that was in China. Yeah. Like the research facility. There was a government research facility that's 500 yards away from that bat that was at the market. So did it come from that research facility, or was it some bat that came from some other snake farm in China?
So you're
We
thinking
don't
the
know.
Chinese government was doing experiments on bats, and one of the
Yep.
experiments got away, bit someone, and turned him into a vampire, and that's how.
You know what? If it is tracked down to the bat, we should call this the vampire virus. Or
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Well-
it was eco-terrorists breaking into that Chinese bioengineering lab, basically releasing the bats that all had the virus, and then they went and spread it.
Well, most of us here that watch Bird of Prey 5, we've been calling it the Karoga virus because that's his fictional country.
let's just be happy it's more like the flu than it would be like the virus from Planet of the Apes, where you just start drooling and you can't talk anymore.
Yeah, be glad it's the flu and not the Ebola.
Vince is like looking really concerned here.
It's all the NSA shit, man.
Gotta
Yep.
record what you're saying.
Hey, are you hacking into my network there? Look, those files are not mine, okay?
It's not my porn.
What's this folder on your computer that says boys?
If it was Bird, it'd be
No
She-Man.
violations.
That's a Watchmen reference, by the way. Vite had a folder on his computer that said boys.
DJ Odyssey says, so it's like 28 days later, just with bats instead of monkeys.
Wasn't that
That
the
would
movie
be-
Break with monkeys?
Yes.
Those movies made it seem so easy to contain a virus. It's much harder than they portrayed it.
Fire fixes everything.
Hey, North Korea apparently shot the first person who had it.
Dang. that's how they keep it out.
Good start.
You sneezed? Get over there on the wall against the wall.
Did they burn the body afterwards?
I don't know. So you tired, Wesley? Because I'm gonna ask V-Man some questions.
What?
Wesley, I was asking Wesley if he's tired.
Yeah, I have to get up early tomorrow.
All right, it's 12:33 here in LA.
Well, Matt,
Yeah.
you were asking about my films.
Yeah.
So if you did you subscribe to my channel yet?
I'll go do that right now.
Okay.
Why
Did
don't you put a link or a chat in it right now? Because it's like the easiest way to find someone's channel is just click on your picture, your avatar.
Now, V-Man, I got you.
You subscribed? No, that's not me.
Those look awesome, though.
All right.
Are you on YouTube?
Yeah, it's under No Budget Productions.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Yeah, I made the joke about are you the one making Picard? Because the name of the production company. It's a joke.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember I said, are you the guys producing Picard because of the no budget productions?
no.
That's another no budget productions. That's Bodkins. I never showed that one. Okay. Send me the link.
Hold on just a second. I don't know how to do that. I always mess up.
Well, just put any kind of chat in the chat box.
Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, did I do it right? Because I always seem to mess up. Did I do it right?
Oh, wait, are you doing the private? No, I'm in the public now.
So I got to go to the other chat one?
The comments one,
Okay.
or
Live comments? Okay, hold on. Wait.
Live comments, and it doesn't have a write-in for that unless you're logged in
You
in
gotta
some
have
other
a-
weird way.
Another YouTube window open with the channel actually streaming to type something.
yeah, or you can do it that way.
You know, it's funny. It's easier on your phone to just like do video and log in and type anything anywhere than it is on the actual computers these days.
Blasphemy!
Or so the Russians would have us believe.
Oh, do it in the public. Okay, hold on.
Oh no, you're sideways!
That's what he said.
Okay. Okay, I did it.
There we go. So now everyone in the chat, you can click on it and
Well, that's in the private chat. I've got it.
you can go to channel, go to channel, and it should take you to his.
So Matt, you were asking about the films.
Or
Yeah.
or I'll just like copy and paste it.
No, I'm going there. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, everyone should have it in the chat.
Yay!
So if you go to the films, go to the playlist, and you'll see Constar Chronicles. And like I said, there's like 51 films or so,
Okay.
and that's what you can watch, and you'll see what I'm talking about on the character stuff. So
yeah.
so that's all the stuff I was talking about. So
Okay. And you do these up in Kansas, huh?
yep, Kansas or Arkansas, Oklahoma, like all the different places. So
Oh, I see. I see the lady coming out with a gun in the red lighted area. Looks dangerous. One of your videos here. Break Free. Star Trek fan production.
but yeah, like I said,
Okay.
there's like 51 films. So but anyway, I just wanted you to know. So that was
Awesome. Yeah.
Well,
I
if
am,
you need any
checking it out.
desert scenes, I'll try to get a couple of friends together.
dude. Yeah, shoot me a message on Face. Are we Facebook friends, man?
I don't know.
He's Wesley Crusher on YouTube. Good.
No.
But if you go to the private chat, you could send him your Facebook link.
Yeah, I was about to get him.
I've been to Vasquez Rocks many times. My scout troop used to go climbing out there every year. I'm not square.
All right, check the private chat in StreamYards. There's a link to my Facebook.
Why is
It'll
there Pornhub on it?
You know you're old when somebody says square and Huey Lewis in the News, Hip to Be Square, starts playing in your head.
He's back now. He's doing another album right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Jim Star. I think I am. I'm not sure.
I'm subscribing to yours, no budget.
Okay, I will. I will look that up, but I'll shoot you a message, and yeah, I'll write something for a landscape thing or desert, and yeah, I'll shoot you off something so you guys can go shoot. But yeah, it's something really simple. So do you guys?
Or if there's something in LA, like if they've used on one of the shows, because they use everything out here. That's within driving distance.
Yeah, I've got plenty of ladies willing to wear skants, so let's figure something out.
Dude, I like it. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll let you go. I gotta finish my work, and I
take
know
care,
West City was
Wesley.
tired.
Going and JP's. Good hanging out with all of you, and thank you, Wesley, for the stream. And V-Man, let's
Yeah,
yeah.
Sounds like a plan. All right, guys.
Take
Have
care.
a good night, gentlemen.
Later. Meow.
Take care, guys.
Later, everyone. Thanks for everyone for showing up. Good night, everyone.